What is up, guys? Zan here, and we're here with Tennessee Titans defensive end Jeffery Simmons. Jeffrey, thanks for coming out, man.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here. How you guys doing today?
Good, good. So out here for Super Bowl 54 weekend. Let's first get the question out of the way that you're probably going to get asked a lot. What's your prediction?
I'm going with the 49ers. And not because, the Chiefs beat us and put us out, but, I look at the 49er defense and just look at their defensive front. They've been getting out there all year, and I'm excited to see them go against Mahomes, especially with their four-man rush and just get after him. So,
Yeah, of course. So defensive player going to go with the team, probably with a little bit stronger defense of the two
yeah, for sure.
squads. So, yeah, he's taking the 49ers. Now, you got to play a little bit of the gauntlet here. Are you a big Madden guy?
Yeah, I'm a big Madden guy, but more on the PlayStation. I like to play Madden, especially after a long day of practice or something like that. I go home and just get online and just play random people sometimes. So, like I said, I enjoy playing Madden, and hopefully, when I'm getting to keep it going in this league in the NFL, my ratings get a little higher than what it is. So,
Well, sure. Let's take a look at your ratings. Coming in week 7 team of the week item. So actually, there's a little bit of a backstory. Go ahead and talk about your experience coming into the NFL, and that week 7 meant a lot to you.
it did. First off, when I was training for the draft, back in February, that's when I was out on a Friday just doing, regular bag drills, and I was going through the drills, and I was just boom, 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 and I felt my knee pop, and it was like boom, and I was like, man, I'm okay, because once you tear your ACL, I guess now, after learning about it, it's wear off in like a minute. You feel
Right.
good, and I got back up. I was like, okay, I'm fine. And later that night, I went and got an MRI, and the next day they told me, I tore my ACL. And through that whole process, it was hard,
Sure.
because you seeing a lot, you hearing from coaches this and that, you you're a top 10 talent, and that's in my mind, like, I don't know what's gonna happen now. And so, as the time went on, I've been meeting with teams, meeting with coaches, talking to coaches, GMs. And, I just kept that faith in God that, he was going to, wasn't going to, lead me the wrong way. And, from that point on, my mind was just clear. I was focused on taking care of my surgery and doing my rehab. And, that's the only thing I was telling myself, control what you can control. And from that point on, everything played out. I got drafted by
Sure.
the Titans at first round, still, 19 pick, and as I got in, I told them, the organization, that I was gonna work hard until like I promised them that I'm gonna give them all, and
Sure.
from that whole rehab process up to that 7 weeks before I got on the field, I was working pretty hard. Like I said, I missed the game of football. That's the tougher thing. People was like, what's the tougher thing? About the NFL? Mine's was not being able to play the game of football. That's what I love. So. But then, week 7 came. It was against the Chargers. The first play I got in, I actually made the first play. It was a big tackle for loss, and you know, I got chills all over a sudden.
Sure.
In that game right there, I had a pretty solid game. I ended up getting a sack on Phillip Rivers and all. So week 7 was a big game, a big week for me. So
I think that's a really big story to tell because I think that was kind of the mantra that the Titans defense had this year is like you all have a chip on your shoulder to play with, and your story in particular. I mean, that's pretty inspiring. I mean, you come in, that's your first real taste of the NFL, and be able to make like the tackle for loss. It's kind of like the movie Rudy. Like
right,
you get your moment, and like
yeah, for sure.
and you capitalize on it right away.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the thing. I was just, I was being impatient, but at the same time, I was telling myself I have to be patient and let it all come to me. And I was meeting with Coach Vrave. I was talking to, my team around me, that my support system, and everyone was telling me the same thing. Let it come to you. Be patient, and just wait, like you said, wait on your moment. And when that moment came, I was excited. I was excited for it, and I just went off with it. So.
Absolutely. So, you talked about we saw you on the gauntlet a little bit earlier. We were just talking about that before we were rolling. Unfortunately, didn't come through with the big number so far, but still got an 11. That's tough. I played it earlier. I was able to get an 18, and I play the game
That's,
all day, every day. So that's definitely not something to be ashamed about. But let's talk about like in the locker room. Is there a lot of guys that play Madden in the Tennessee locker room?
yeah, a lot of guys they like to Call of Duty and FIFA, but when I first actually got in, all the rookies was there first, and when we first got in that summer, we played it the most, Madden, because we up there all day, so everyone was like, let's play Madden, let's play Madden. So I think we played Madden pretty I wouldn't say a lot, but just a little. Like I said, a lot of guys they into that FIFA a lot. So
Sure. So before we wrap it up here, talk to the fans at home. Tell them, what they can expect from you coming up in year two. I mean, because we got a little bit of a taste of what you could bring to the NFL. First round pick out of Mississippi State. Introduce yourself a little bit to them.
well, first off, I'm a hardworking guy. I've been that blue chip, all my life, that blue collar guy that, I have to work for everything I have. I was,
Absolutely.
single parent. It was just me, my brother, and I have two sisters, and just us growing up, and the whole time, my mom was like, no one gonna give you nothing, so go out there and get it. So I never depended on no one else to hand me anything, and like I said, that just I'm proud of myself because as I think about my rookie year and when I came back in week 7, I have a lot to improve on.
Sure.
Especially even with my knee, think I still have to trust my knee a little more. But like I said, next season, I feel like I'm gonna have a dominant season. I'm looking to be first off, to help my team get to the Super Bowl and win it, and secondly, hopefully all Pro Bowl type thing. But like I said, I'm coming back this off season right here. I'm working my tail off just to help my team the best way I could.
So where go ahead and plug your socials. Where can they follow you and kind of follow this story of you rehabbing and coming back? And
Yeah, so on Twitter, it's Grind Simmons 94. Instagram is jsimmons_94. So
well, Jeffrey, thanks for coming on, man. We'll definitely be rooting for
thank
you.
you.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.